Hi everyone, this is AJ, your host for a Little Wisdom Wednesday. So, for freedom, I really want to talk about rules from my personal practices. When I was at a temple and saw a sentence, you can be free when there's a rule and you follow them. And I never understood until I understood, till I felt what that really meant. True freedom is not about quitting your job, living on a beach, or rejecting all responsibilities. That might sound like freedom, but it's only circumstantial. Freedom in the Dhamma is inner freedom. Freedom from attachment, free from clinging, free from mental slavery. Buddhist monks live with the strict rules, hundreds of them, but many of them are deeply free. Why? Because they're not controlled by craving or aversion. They're trained their minds. So usually there are typically 5 precepts for all Buddhists, the foundation of ethical life, moral code, and 8 precepts, 10 precepts. Then there are the 227 rules for bhikkhus, the male monks, and 311 for bhikkhunis, the female monks. These rules are detailed monastic codes and the basic ethical guidelines for everyday life established by the Buddha. So let's learn the precepts, 5 precepts for all lay people or for all Buddhists. Maybe you can even try following. First, no killing. It's a respect for all life, living beings. 2, no stealing. Respect others' property. So you are not taking things that are not meant for you. 3, no sexual misconduct. Practice integrity and respect. 4, no false speech and lie. So be honest and truthful. 5, no intoxicants. Protect your mindfulness and clarity. No alcohol, no cigarette, no drugs, nothing like that. And for 8 precept, 3 more added, no eating afternoon, no entertainment, singing, dancing, or beautifying to avoid distractions. And 8, no luxurious beds or seats to reduce attachment and sensual indulgence. And there's a 10 precept, added 2 more, right? 9, no accepting money. These are for monastics. Right? 10, finally, no use of perfumes, cosmetics, or adornments. Letting go of vanity. Why are these precepts are so important? And why did the Buddha emphasize so much about this? These precepts and rules prevent harm to yours and others, and they support mindfulness and peaceful living. They are quite literally a form of protection, shielding you from distractions and toxic interruptions, both mentally and physically. So practitioners commit to abstain from unwholesome actions that generate suffering and obstruct spiritual growth at the end. So true freedom isn't about escaping structure. It's about choosing discipline that liberates, not confines. When I began to follow the rules, not out of fear of force, but with awareness and intention, I felt something shift. The mind settled, the heart opens. In that quiet clarity, freedom, I touched freedom far deeper than anything I had known before. Beyond the precepts, the Buddha's teaching points something deeper. Freedom in most ultimate form. More importantly, you are mentally free. Freedom means you're not chained to people's opinions of you. You don't depend on praise to feel good, and you're not crushed by criticism. You don't need everything or anything to go your way to feel okay. You can be in a relationship and still be free. You can be a parent, an employee, or a leader and still be free. If you find yourself constantly blaming others, resenting your life, or feeling trapped, you must ask yourself, where did I give up my freedom? We all complain about situations we once chose. We moved to the city we once dreamed of living in. We started dating the person we longed to be with. We married a partner we hope to spend the rest of our lives with. Right? We finally landed the job we desperately needed. And then all we do is complain. We forget that we longed for the things we now reject. The people, places, and things haven't changed much. They were what they were then and still are today. It's our perception that shifted. Our minds have changed the most. Or we were completely blinded the moment we chose. We weren't capable of knowing and seeing as they were. Freedom is not about avoiding commitment. It's about making choices consciously and owning those choices. Then you act with awareness, even obligations become part of your practice. Freedom doesn't mean doing whatever you want, whenever you want. That's not freedom, it's indulgence. And indulgence often leads to more craving. True freedom is being content. Even when things are uncertain, it's having peace in the middle of chaos. It's smiling, even when the external conditions aren't perfect. You don't need to escape your life to be free. You need to wake up within it.